Good morning from inside my van. If you watched my last video, which was Journey to Quartzsite Part 2, you saw me in my van showing you my neighbor outside at the Love's truck stop. Well, I'm still at the Love's truck stop. I didn't go back to sleep. It's about 5 in the morning. I was cold, so the car's running. I've got the heat running. I do have a little heater, but I didn't want to get it out and use up my power bank right now when I can just turn on the car. It's a truck stop anyway, so cars and trucks are on everywhere. But it's 5 in the morning. I really don't like Love's coffee, and I haven't made my own coffee since I've been on the road, so I'm going to show you the newest addition to the van, and that is, this is the window area. And if you've ever been in a van, you know that's a lot of space in that little window alcove back there, and I wanted to take advantage of it. So, and I didn't want to build, I kind of did want to build a wooden shelf and stuff, but it was taking a long time, and plus I have to build into the plastic framing on the van, and I didn't want to put a lot of extra weight on it. So what I did is I got this metal basket from Hobby Lobby, and I actually screwed it into the car in a few areas. And then if you look underneath back here, I have, where are you? See this post right here? This is my gray tank. When I brush my teeth, I put it in this thermos, but there's a post back here that I painted the exact same color as the car's interior, just like I did my floor. And then I also added an extra dowel rod right here, and this thing is sturdy. And then down below, this is a, there's my thermometer. This is a metal basket. I think it's a plant basket from IKEA, and I've just used alien tape, and it is super secure right there, and I kind of put it at an angle so I'd still have my cup holder here. I have a little bit of a cup holder here that I keep my nail accessory thing in it. And well, the reason I did this is because I was finding every time, this is like my 5th configuration of this van. And of course I had different configurations when I used to travel in the Palisade too. But the biggest thing about van life is if you can't get your hands on something easily and readily, you're not going to do it. You're not going to use it at all because it's just a pain. So what I did, by the way, look at this cuteness. That's his bed. He sleeps next to Mom because he didn't like being on the floor. He had to be at my level. So I made him this bed, but this bed is also, during the day, turns into a sink. And I put a hinge on it so I can actually lift it up to access the water, because, ta-da, guess what this is? This is a running water, and it runs down underneath the car into the stow and go seating area, which I'll show you later. Show you at another time, but I just wanted to show you this area. So anyway, I was having to reach under my bed, which is where I store my clothes now, but if I wanted a fork, I had to dig for it. I also have storage in the floor where the front stow and go seats go, and I have my dry food and extra kitchen stuff, you know, like pans and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to have at hand certain things. One was my coffee pot. I love my coffee. Kenny and I make the same kind of coffee all the time, and I just love it. I also wanted to have one plate, a couple paper plates, a little bowl, a washcloth if needed, salt and pepper, coffee. I have a fiber that I put in my coffee every morning that I keep back there. And then down below, this little lower one is kind of my, I guess you'd call it my bathroom. I do have a pair of scissors in here just because it seems like you always need a pair, and I want to be able to put my hands on them. But this little thermos is my gray tank. If I brush my teeth, I spit in there, or sometimes I'll just spit in my toilet because it's all going to get thrown away anyway. I have wipes and facial wipes. I have water spray. This spray is alcohol and water mixed, and that's what I wash my dishes with, or sanitize my hands if I need to. I keep a bottle of water here so I can brush my teeth. I have a toothbrush and toothpaste in there. I keep deodorant in there. And in the very back, I keep napkins and my coffee filters. And I don't like a cluttered look. I like things kind of behind doors. And when I first started traveling, I was putting stuff in really cute wicker baskets with tops and everything. But it's just a pain to unwrap or open something every time you want to use it. So I added this, and time will tell when I'm done with this trip how that's going to work. But I think I'm going to love it, because so far I've been like, okay, I need a fork, there's a fork. You know, I need a napkin, there's a napkin. And this is the first morning on this trip that I'm actually going to make coffee. So this is my toilet, which I made this cute little fur cover. And it's going to, I do have a metal table that I don't feel like pulling out right now. So I'm going to put the coffee pot on there, that coffee pot on there. I'm going to plug into, this is one of my power banks. I have 3 power banks, and I have a really cool charging device that I'm going to talk about later. It's kind of like a DC to DC charger, which means it charges while I'm driving. And yesterday I was able to plug my EcoFlow into this charger and then charge the Gulu. This is a 600 watt Gulu into the EcoFlow, and everything charged to 100% while I was driving yesterday. So it's working really, really, really good. Stay tuned for that review, because I'm very happy with it. Anyway, I'm gonna plug the coffee pot into the power bank, make my coffee, and I think it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and my neighbor, I don't know when she's gonna leave, but I'm not gonna leave until daylight. So I'm actually not gonna drink in a travel cup today. I'm gonna drink in a real live ceramic cup, at least at first, and then I'll probably pour it in my travel cup. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of a look. It's a little messy in here, other than I made the bed, but I'll show you around. I keep the leash, my keys, and Riley's harness by the door so I can grab it easily. I keep my shoes under the bed. Usually I just pull the black ones out. That's the seat that Kenny turned around, which just gives me so much more room. There's my messy front seat. Here is my refrigerator. And then over here behind the curtain is where I keep my charging stations and stuff. And I have a lot of I've got like cords and backup power banks I need to charge today. So I'll be plugging everything in before I hit the road today. But I just want to give you a little, and I will give you a tour when it's actually clean, but this is how it is when you wake up. I mean, it's a small space and there's a lot going on, and you have to get dressed and undressed and all that. But anyway, I just want to give you a little bit of and I just think it's so cozy. I love the ambiance of it. I love the lights. I love my fairy lights. I love my baby. He's the best part. Riley, are you the best part? Right. He's like, Mom, please let me go to sleep. Mom, until I start crinkling a bag and he thinks it's his food. But anyway, that's what it looks like when you wake up in my van. So this is drawing 527 watts. I ran my refrigerator and charged a tablet and my phone last night on the Gulu, so it's down to 26%. But the good thing about making coffee is it doesn't take that long to make, and once it's made, I'm gonna pour it and turn it off, so it won't take too much power. Hopefully it won't run this all the way down, but I have a higher powered, actually have 2 higher powered banks, so if I have to switch it, I will, but I don't want to because I need coffee. Okay, so I'm calling it close because I'm down to 12% so far, and we're about halfway on the coffee pot. And I did change my mind. I'm not going to drink coffee from an opened cup in here because I don't want to spill coffee all over my van. I have a very long trip ahead of me and I don't want to live in that mess. So I'm going to use my regular travel mug and hopefully have no spills. So I've got my half and half out. I've already added the Splenda and the fiber to my coffee cup. And it's a race against time because 11 minutes, baby. No, 11 watts, I mean. But so I decided to sit in my turned around front seat and enjoy my coffee. Since Kenny went to all the trouble to turn my seat around, I'm going to use it besides just for Riley. And I figured out the formula for the coffee situation. That is a 5-cup coffee pot. The charger was at 26 when I plugged it in. When it finished, it was still at 11. So now I know it takes 15 watts to make coffee in that. And I do have other coffee situations. I have a butane stove, a kettle, and a pour over. And then I also have one of those 12-volt things. It's like a thermos, but it just boils water quickly for a pour over situation too. But it's a little messy to do in the van, and I really like just to push a button and hello, your coffee's ready. So that's what we did, and we got that figured out, and I'm just waiting for the sun to come up, and then we'll see what the rest of the day holds. There's another car camper. And the rest of the world hasn't really started yet. Riley, do you know you're in New Mexico? I don't care, I gotta pee, Mom.
Canadian. Yeah, Jamie, right here's from Canada. Where are you from?
Vancouver.
I'm from Surrey. So we're sitting in a beautiful location.
That's what I woke up to this morning. Hello, New Mexico. How beautiful. Riley says, is it time to go outside yet, Mom? I was a good boy all night. Time to go outside and explore, go potty. This is one of the most picturesque rest areas I've ever seen. And this is what it looks like early in the morning. I probably should have gotten up and out in time to watch the sunrise, but I was cold and didn't want to get out of my warm, snuggly bed, so. But I get to see it now. And this is my first view of New Mexico. I'm parked right over there behind that van, so that's how close I was to all this beauty. Picnic areas that are in little stone enclosures. They're kind of all over the place, but all of them have a beautiful view. The Butterfly Tribe did their live last night. Those folks are having a little prayer circle, which I can't imagine a prettier place to do that. There's my van right there. There's Joy. I decided to make my coffee on top of my cooler today. I've made my bed. Still got a little bit of cleaning up to do. I hope to do laundry tonight when we stop. Riley's gone potty, had breakfast, and he's back to bed. What a life, buddy. What a life, Riley. I love you. I just backed out of my beautiful parking space at this scenic overlook in New Mexico. Look at that big Roadrunner. I got some better pictures of it. I'll post it in here too, but we're up above the city. You can see the Oregon mountains. You can see the highway and the lights of the city down below. This is one crazy gorgeous place. Oh, I didn't put my GPS in yet either, so I guess I'm gonna pause and do that because I need to know where I'm going today. That helps, right? Good morning. Today is day 6 for me in the caravan that's going to Quartzsite. I left from Florida 6 days ago. Last night was my 5th night sleeping with the Butterfly Tribe, and it was a beautiful, beautiful location. It was a little cold again last night. I had to start the car 3 or 4 times to warm it up, and the night before I did too, and what I had to do is I had to crawl in the front seat to put my foot on the brake. So yesterday I thought, I need a stick. I need to find a walking stick or something where I can just push on the brake from right here from the back seat, and then push the button, the ignition button on the dash. Well, I kind of looked for like thrift stores and stuff on the way, and I just didn't see anything. I pulled over at one place that was kind of on the road, side of the road, and I thought I saw walking sticks. This guy had all his stuff out, you know, by the road, and I pulled over and it was golf clubs, and I thought, okay, well, I'll use a golf club because I used to play golf in another lifetime. And he didn't sell them individually, and I was not buying a whole set of golf clubs because I don't need them, first of all, and I don't have room for them. I barely have room for one golf club. So last night when we were meeting with the butterflies doing our live, I said, does anybody have a stick I can borrow just for one night? And one of the ladies kindly loaned me one of her extra walking sticks, and it worked great. It was the kind with the 4 prongs, which I really want just like a wooden cane with the rubber end on it so it doesn't slip off the brake pedal. But yeah, that's the way to go. You don't have to crawl on the front seat to turn on the car. One thing I did notice that I thought was kind of weird is I had to unlock the car with the key fob before the engine would start. And I thought, well, I don't know why. But also I had the key fob in the back at first and it wouldn't start. So I had to move the key fob close to the start where I am now and unlock the door with the key fob. So that was a little strange, but it heats it up in a hurry. You can't leave it on too long. And I did ask my neighbors. I was actually parked next to Jan, and I said, hey, if I start my car in the middle of the night, will that bother you? And she's like, no, but she's used to sleeping at truck stops and everything else. But if it had bothered her, I would have moved further away. I usually don't park right next to somebody anyway. It's just when we got there yesterday, there were no other spaces. So when you do this kind of thing, you want to remember good car camping etiquette. One is to give people space because it's their little houses, and 2 is try not to wake anybody up in the middle of the night. But every night I have ever been to a ladies meetup, every night I have been camping alongside somebody, boondocking in Cracker Barrel, rest areas, or whatever, somebody's car alarm goes off in the middle of the night. It happens. It's been mine one time. It happens. So just be expecting it because it will happen. But yeah, you just want to remember to be kind to your neighbors, even though we're neighbors on wheels. Well, how rude was that? My phone had the audacity to tell me I'm out of storage, so I had to delete a few things, and I don't know if I deleted enough to finish this, but we'll see. Anyway, I was talking about just being kind to your neighbors, whether you're in sticks and bricks or on the road. Anyway, I will put makeup on at some point, I promise you. But that's how this is. I've got about a 3-hour drive from where I am now. 3.5, it'll probably be more than that because it seems to take me longer. The speed limit's 75. Yesterday it was 80. I didn't go 80, but you could have. But tonight where we're staying, there's a Planet Fitness. There was a Planet Fitness where I was this morning, but it was so cold and I just didn't feel like doing that right now. I thought I'd wait till it warmed up. So I'm going to take my shower, go to the store and stock up on some stuff because we're supposed to be in Quartzsite tomorrow, and things are harder to get and they're more expensive out there, so I would need to be sure I have everything I need before I get there. I really need to do laundry, but we'll see if I get that done. I did bring enough clothes, but you know how you always like to wear pretty much the same thing no matter how much clothes you have with you. And I need to get some static cleaned because I don't even